You think this year's biggest movies are the ones critics will remember? You are wrong, and that matters. IMDb's most popular movies of 2025 show what people actually watched, argued about, and searched for. That list is a mirror of attention, not taste. And between the comic book spectacles and the small, strange hits, it reveals more about us than you might like. So let's enjoy cinema.
We all feel like shit sometimes. And loneliness, I get that, I get it.
Today I'll introduce the most popular films of 2025 on IMDb, explain why they made the list, give you honest recommendation for what to watch next, and drop a few takes that will get some people mad. No filler, no long-winded history lesson, just the facts, the reasons, and a clear pick for three types of viewers. The blockbuster fan, the cinephile, and the curious viewer who wants the best bang for the time. IMDb's most popular movies list includes heavy hitters and surprises. Superman, One Battle After Another, Sinners, Weapons, F1 the movie, Tron Ares, Jurassic World Rebirth, Frankenstein, Thunderbolts, and Happy Gilmore 2. That mix tells you everything: franchise comfort, cinematic spectacle, and a few mid-budget films that found real audiences. Why popularity is the opposite of quality? Let's be blunt. Popularity measures attention, page views, searches, curiosity. It doesn't measure craft. Superman will be massive because it's Superman. People click, read, debate. Meanwhile, a smaller art film like Sinners can win critical love and still end up on the list because it cut through with a strong premise and word of mouth. Harper's Bazaar, for example, highlighted Sinners as a bold, risky film that many critics embraced.
Sounding damn near perfect, and you're saying we ain't welcome.
No, I'm saying you get down that road, you get back in.
If you crave spectacle, start with Superman and Jurassic World Rebirth. These films are designed to be communal experiences, loud, glossy, and engineered for streaming buzz and box office headlines. Watch them for production scale, not subtlety. They'll deliver on moments, set pieces, and headline performances, and that's okay. Cinema can be both mindless and meaningful, depending on whether you expect depth from a popcorn movie.
Okay, I'd like to change the subject, if I could.
Sinners and Weapons represent a different success story. Mid-budget films that found traction because they did something audiences hadn't seen in a while. Sinners blends genre elements with a daring thesis. Weapons turned a tight premise into a conversation about violence and accountability. Both films prove that in 2025, risky storytelling still finds an audience.
Oh, I absolutely love this house. Look,
Franchises get an automatic boost. Tron Ares, Thunderbolts, and Happy Gilmore 2 benefit from nostalgia and built-in fans. That's not cheating, it's market dynamics. Studios invest millions knowing the fallback, brand recognition. But be wary, franchise sequels often prioritize spectacle and franchise mechanics over character development. If you're watching for new ideas, don't expect them here.
That was my jacket. Take it. I've got 5 others.
Why some big films disappoint? A big budget can hide lazy storytelling. Snow White, for instance, generated headlines and controversy around casting and messaging. It also became an example of a film where social media outrage and marketing drowned out the actual movie. Big budgets amplify flaws. They don't fix script problems.
This is our kingdom, but now we're here to take it back.
You were saying?
My top 3 recommendations. Now the practical part. 3 recommendations depending on what kind of night you want. For blockbusters, watch Superman first. It's the cultural event of the year. A conversation starter even if it's not perfect. For something bold, watch Sinners. If you want a film that will stay with you and provoke discussion, this is it. For pure fun or nostalgia, pick Happy Gilmore 2 or Jurassic World Rebirth. Pick the tone you want and enjoy the ride.
I don't much like the taste of it.
Who should avoid what? If you hate films that prioritize spectacle over coherence, avoid some modern franchise entries until streaming lets you watch at home. If you want storytelling that challenges you, skip the loudest blockbusters on the initial watch list and look to the mid-budget titles. How I picked these? This isn't the best stuff from critics, it's about measurable popularity on IMDb across the year. I cross-referenced the IMDb most popular summary and coverage in the press to capture both the list and what critics called out. Popular doesn't equal best, but it does tell us what mattered to audiences.
No, it's not that. It's actually, I don't caddy anymore.
There is a cultural pattern. In 2025, audiences want certainty and spectacle, but they also reward risk when it's executed with clarity. The landscape is bifurcated. Franchise familiarity on one side, risky mid-budget experiments on the other. And every year the scales shift slightly depending on economic headwinds and who's willing to market smarter than the rest.
Please always help.
Marketing, algorithms, and attention. We can't ignore how streaming platforms shape popularity. Algorithms amplify what's already popular, and marketing budgets buy eyeballs that generate more eyeballs. A film that hooks an algorithm's recommendation engine can move from niche to mainstream quickly. That's partly why some unexpected titles end up on IMDb's list. Smart release windows, clever trailers, and targeted ad buys. Studios learn to weaponize attention in 2025. Here is where I probably get flack. Award season and attention don't always line up. A film can be massively popular and creatively inert, while a smaller, more daring film can inspire the long tail of cinephiles and critics. Studios care about box office and streaming numbers. Critics care about craft. Both views are valid, but don't pretend they measure the same thing. Who benefits from popularity? Actors, directors, and creatives. Popularity creates careers and future opportunities, sometimes in ways critics dismiss. A mid-level actor in a popular film suddenly has leverage for riskier projects. A director who delivers a surprise hit gains green lights. Popular doesn't just flatter egos, it funds future art.
French 75 for years and years, alright? They used to call me Ghetto Pat, Rocket.
Quick reviews. Superman, a big noisy reimagining with a lead performance that dominates attention. Expect spectacle, political subtext in some scenes, and a few narrative shortcuts that keep the runtime moving. Good for a social watch. One battle after another, a slow-burning political epic that asks you to sit with complexity. Not for everyone, but rewarding if you want a film that grows on you. Sinners, tense, morally complicated, and inventive in its execution. It's the kind of smaller film that rewards discussion long after the credits. Weapons, direct and uncomfortable. It doesn't apologize. The film's power is in its focus and refusal to moralize. F1, modern racing footage, a portrait of obsession and engineering. If you like adrenaline and human stories inside a sport, this one lands. Tron, Auris, visual bravado and stylistic risks. If neon and kinetic camera work are your thing, this seizes the moment. If you want subtlety, look elsewhere. Frankenstein, a reworking that attempts to modernize myth with strong visuals and thematic core about creation and responsibility. Happy Gilmore 2, nostalgic, occasionally silly, and aimed squarely at fans who wanted to revisit a goofy favorite. Thunderbolts, a messy but occasionally thrilling attempt to jungle ensemble dynamics and franchise consequences. Jurassic World Rebirth, big dinos, bigger stakes, and a safe screenwriting approach that prioritizes spectacle. Best enjoyed in a crowd. What to watch with friends. For group night, pick the franchise films, Superman or Jurassic World Rebirth. They are crowd pleasers and give everyone a shared reference point for conversation. For a smaller, intense evening, Scenes or Weapons will keep the chat going long after the show ends. Let's do a short deep dive on 3 films that represent the least range. Superman. This film works as a cultural weather rain. The performance you'll talk about at parties is not just about charisma. It's how filmmakers choose to frame heroism in 2025. Watch it for set pieces and the thematic contradictions. It wants to be both mythic and topical, and that tension creates conversation. See it in theaters if you can. The sound design and visual scale are built for the loud room. Sinners. This one shows how discipline and a clear point of view can compete with budget. It uses genre tools to destabilize the viewer and refuses easy comfort. That's why it's stuck in so many critics' heads. Sinners benefits from quiet viewing, subtitles on, phones off, because it's a film that rewards attention to small details. One battle after another, a political drama that doesn't hand you answers. Its slow pacing is intentional. The film is designed to reveal leverage and power through methodical scenes. If you are patient, it becomes more than a story. It becomes an argument about history and responsibility. Practical tips. Watch it in the biggest format you can find, theater, large TV, sound. For the smaller conversation-driven films, create the right environment. Watch without interruptions, maybe host a post-movie discussion, and read a couple of short reviews afterwards to compare notes. If you stream, consider watching at 1.25x only for the slow burn dramas, otherwise keep standard speed.
And somewhat less interested in death.
Finally, this list is a snapshot. What people search for today shapes tomorrow's green lights. If a small film becomes popular here, expect sequels, adaptations, or talent deals that change the industry. Popularity funds diversity when studios decide to bet on fresh voices because the market proved there is an audience.
What the hell?
Pay attention to what people watch, but don't let popularity be the only criterion for taste. Use lists like this as a starting point, not a Bible. Combine curiosity with skepticism, and you'll discover the year's best moments without getting stuck in echo chamber. If this helped, click like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which of these top films did you actually enjoy? Which ones did you skip? I'll read the strongest takes and respond. If you want a second video where I deep dive into any single film on the list, name it below and I'll pick the most requested. That's it, the honest breakdown of IMDb's most popular movies of 2025. If you disagree with my picks, say so clearly and back it up. Arguments built on taste are great. Arguments built on facts are even better. See you next time. Seriously.